In this bulletin, Speaker rejects petitions. Health Minister speaks out. And Fiji awaits semi-finals in Olympic Sevens.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nunn.
Pulau Fiji. Speaker of Parliament Ratu Ipeli Nailatikau has rejected 3 petitions against the Itoke Land Trust Amendment Bill, saying the only way to defeat the bill is to vote against it in Parliament. Petitions were filed by Sodelpa leader William Ngavoka, opposition whip Linda Tambuya and MP Chese Saukuru, calling for Bill 17 to be withdrawn. Ratu Ipeli informed the House the bill was introduced along with the budget on July 16th, and a majority of MPs voted in favour of considering the amendment without delay, meaning it could be debated in Parliament. The Speaker says these petitions are now out of order and will not be presented to Parliament.
I hereby rule that members of Parliament cannot use the submission of a petition under Standing Orders 37 to withdraw Bill number 17 of 2021 from Parliament and frustrate a process that has already been agreed to by Parliament. This will clearly be an abuse of parliamentary process.
The use of tents as isolation facilities and container refrigeration of bodies is not normal. However, this will pass if Fijians adhere to the public health safety measures. Minister for Health Dr. Efiremi Wangainambete says Fijians need to get vaccinated so that the increasing cases of deaths can be stopped. Kritika Kumar reports.
The Public Health Amendment Act came into place on the 12th of July, and Dr. Efiremi Wangainambete says the Fiji Police Force has played a vital role in ensuring the measures are followed.
In the first week, the police team conducted 556 bookings. Of these, 245 bookings were related to face masks. 89 bookings were in relation to public service vehicles, and 69 bookings for gathering offences.
Minister for Health further highlighted that they are having dialogues in terms of securing vaccines for those below the age of 18.
Note that the European Union has made recommendations on this recently, and we are on track to have all the fully vaccinated age-eligible individuals and enough vaccines to be able to reach out to our children less than 18 years old when that guidance comes through.
The Assistant Minister for Health has urged Fijians above the age of 18 to get vaccinated to support frontliners in the fight against COVID-19.
I plead with all of you who are sitting on the fence, still trying to make up your minds, to please think of your children, your family, your community, your workmates, and your country by getting your vaccination.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services has been allocated $403 million to beef up its resources. $25 million is specifically dedicated for COVID-19 response. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Over 7,000 recipients of different social welfare programs were removed from the Ministry of Women, Children and Poverty Alleviation beneficiary list. Minister Medicini Vuniwanga says a recertification program reviewed all recipients under the different schemes of the ministry, and they've noted that these individuals were not eligible. Vuniwanga says the new allocation from the 2021-2022 national budget will help the ministry continue to support eligible recipients.
To complement that, the ministry's efforts in regularly reviewing case files to ensure that only eligible beneficiaries are actually receiving allowances, assure social welfare beneficiaries that their entitlements will not be affected in this new budget, is going towards other government programs that have the same aim of leaving no one behind during these trying times.
The Ministry of Health is continuing its drive-through swab services at the Suva Civic Centre from today until Friday. This is part of the ministry's COVID-19 mitigation phase, as the drive-through swab service is specifically targeting the protection of those who are most at risk of being severely ill from COVID-19. The Health Ministry says the swab service at the drive-through will be a rapid diagnostic test with results available within the hour. It adds that those who are symptomatic and return a negative test will undergo another confirmation test. At the end of the drive-through swab service, each person swabbed will know their COVID-19 status. be informed of their risk for developing severe COVID-19 and receive advice for the treatment of their symptoms, if any. To our latest COVID-19 update, Fiji had 715 new COVID-19 infections for the period ending 8 a.m. yesterday. The Health Ministry also recorded 11 new COVID-19 deaths between the 22nd and the 27th of this month. Fiji has recorded 25,069 cases since April of this year. There are now 18,512 active cases in isolation, with 6,319 recoveries in total. The COVID-19 death toll stands at 206. The vaccination campaign also continues around the country. As of earlier today, 457,752 people, or 78% of the population, has received their first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. 111,541, or 19%, have received the second dose. The 5 most vaccinated areas include Mba and Rewa, which are now 100% first jabbed. Next are Nanruga, Naitasiri and Nandi. Up ahead, the Kuanga backs team. And Vakasama finishes 4th. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Fiji Sevens side is less than an hour and a half away from playing Argentina in the Tokyo Olympic Games semi-final. After beating Australia 19-0 in the quarter-final last night, Fiji is now in medal contention. One of the players who created history at the 2016 Games is confident the national side can go a step further and do something special.
We thank the boys for their efforts, and they have really improved in every game, starting from the pool stages. That is a good sign as we now prepare to feature in the semi-final against Argentina.
An emotional New Zealand women's sevens skipper Sarah Hirini has revealed the personal challenges she's been facing in the lead-up to the Tokyo Olympics, opening up about the death of her much-loved mum. The opening ceremony flag bearer and Black Ferns star admitted her mum's loss was still really raw. Team Fiji swimmer Taichi Vakasama finished 4th in the 200 meters breaststroke event at the Tokyo Olympic Games last night. The Nandi swimmer clocked 1:05.78 seconds in Heat 1. Vakasama replaced Jerry Tuwai as the male flag bearer in the opening ceremony last Friday. The Pacific Games swimming champion did not qualify for the semi-finals, as only the top 16 ranked swimmers from the 5 heats make it through. Morocco's Yunus Bala brought back memories of Mike Tyson's infamous ear bite on Evander Holyfield 24 years ago by attempting something similar during a boxing match at the Tokyo Games. Losing in the 3rd and final round of his last 16 heavyweight clash with New Zealand's David Nyika, Bala moved with his mouth open to his opponent's ear and attempted to bite it. Naomi Osaka, Japan's great hope for tennis gold, lost in the 3rd round at the Tokyo Olympics yesterday. She says she had not known how to cope with the pressure of the occasion. A trough of low pressure lies slow moving over Fiji. The associated clouds and showers are expected to affect parts of the country until later today. And that's FBC News Now. Join me again for our 1-hour major bulletin at 7 p.m. Be sure to download our FBC app to access the latest in news, sports and live radio broadcasts from any of our 6 radio stations. Stay safe and good afternoon.